What is going on, everyone? So Apple just released the new iOS 17 to the public. We're done with the betas, we're done with the unreleased finishes. Now we have the final version and you can download it yourself from the settings, and then you could go to general and software updates, and then you should see that we're on iOS 17.0, and make sure the beta updates are off. But for most people who are watching this video, they're probably not developers, so we're not going to worry about that. In this video I have 10 features, the more noticeable features that Apple added on iOS 17, and it starts with the new private tab section. So now in Safari, if you go on to, we're gonna have another whole section. It's not just a tab, a private tab, it's a whole section of private tabs. You can have multiple tabs in here and you can add one, but the best part is that you can lock them with your Face ID. Let me show you how. So you can go to settings, go back, and then Safari, then you can scroll down. You're gonna see require Face ID to unlock private browsing. So it just gives you more privacy when you're looking up stuff in your private tab. And the second change, as you guys can see, we have a slightly new interface. You guys can see the buttons to decline and accept the call have moved a little bit. They became a little more big and, like, you know, bolder in general, and the name is bolder as well, which is pretty cool. And now when you are the one who's calling someone, the whole interface has changed. Now they're like on the quarter bottom section of the phone, which makes it easier when you use it with one hand. I thank Apple so much for doing this change. It's super cool. And now you can set up multiple timers within the stock clock app on the iPhone. You can just put timer, start this timer for example, then you can add more timers, as many as you like. You could do that with any other third-party app that you could install from the App Store, but it's the first time that we can get it on the stock app, which is pretty cool. And now with the camera app, you're gonna see a line that will tell you if the angle is correct. So as you can see, I'm trying to get the angle right, and you can see it turns into yellow when it's on, which is super cool, and just makes it so much easier when you try to take a picture with the exact correct angle. Super nice. And to get that, you gotta hit the settings and then to the camera settings, then scroll down. You're gonna see level. This feature is called level. And in the older versions of iOS, you've always had the opportunity to ping your iPhone with your watch over here. You just ping it over here. You can see the button over here, right? And the phone is gonna ping. But now what if you lose your watch and you wanna ping your watch from your iPhone? Now there is a way to do that. Just swipe into the control center and you can see that toggle right here, and it pings the watch itself, which is pretty cool. To get that, you just gotta hit the settings and then control center, and here you're gonna see that ping my watch icon right here. You can place it wherever you want. And now with Siri, you can just say Siri instead of hey Siri. And it's actually super cool, and it kind of saves time and gives you the feeling that you're actually talking to a real person, Siri, instead of saying hey and then Siri. To get that, you can go to settings, go to Siri, and then after that you're gonna see listen for Siri or hey Siri. You can just select it to just say hey Siri or just Siri over here. It's pretty neat, pretty nice, and you get used to it pretty quick. And now in iOS 16, if you have that picture, for example, and you want to crop it, instead of putting edit and then, you know, doing all of that stuff, you can just zoom in to that area, for example. Then you can put crop. You're gonna see that wasn't there in the older versions of iOS, but now we have it here. Just zoom in, put crop, and there you go. You put done. And now with the new iOS, there's a new feature called screen distance. You know, when you're holding your phone pretty near to your eyes, you can actually damage your eyesight. And you can get that feature by going into settings, screen time, scroll down, and then you can see a new toggle for screen distance, reduce your eye strain. Go ahead and turn that on. And when you get it on, this might be annoying for some people, but when you hold your iPhone too close to your face, right, the phone is gonna warn you and is gonna give you a message. I have it on the screen right now that tells you, hey, you're holding your phone way too close to your eyes. It's pretty healthy, especially for kids, and I think it's super cool and useful. And now when you're playing any kind of music, you can crossfade them instead of just, you know, hearing the music and everything. After the song is, you know, about to finish and everything is going to be faded a little bit, so it doesn't damage your ears. And you can get that by going into settings, going into the music app. I'm just going to search it because it's easier, right? Scroll down, and then you're going to see crossfade over here, and you can also control the time if you want it to be faded for 4 seconds or more than that, right? You can do a bunch of different stuff. And finally, with the new iOS 17, we get some of interactive widgets. For example, that's the music widget right here. I can just play the music like that without actually going into the app and everything, which I think is pretty cool. But we don't have any controls, like we can't play the next song or you know, increase the volume, decrease the volume. We don't have these controls yet, but you know, other apps are taking, you know, advantage of it, like the interactive widgets, which I think is pretty cool, and it has a big future. And these were the biggest 10 changes that we had with the new iOS 17. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Also subscribe so you don't miss any new videos coming up soon. And make sure you follow me on Instagram. The link is going to be in the description. And let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite new feature on the new iOS 17? I'd love to hear all of your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you later. Peace.